What is going on, esteemed witnesses of Crobat for the Win subscribers and his courtroom? Now we've switched battlegrounds. I'm the Croc, and if you guys don't know, I'm Vec, and I'm joined here with Crobat for the Win, who is going to take sole credit for this video because he has stumbled upon something amazing. Now, before we get to this brilliant man who has Arnold Schwarzenegger and
Tony Danza.
Tony Danza on Skype, and they were talking to me. We were having a conversation, and he got this idea for this some things he was doing. You guys all know, and if you don't know, you should know Dhgss, and Crobat will back me up. That man deserves more credit. He's the reason that Stadium 2 Wi-Fi was ever possible.
Yes, agreed.
Never would have happened. And him and Army, his whole group, there's a lot of you guys used Diego, Dhgss, Drake. All of you guys have been so helpful in the Pokemon community. So Crobat has stumbled on something, and him and myself together have something to bring to you guys as the Pokemon community. You guys know I'm doing that massive save file, but this is extra. This is like an Easter egg for you guys. See, there was supposed to be a stream today of 2nd Gen, but, you know, Twitch had to be a jerk and not allow that. So we were going to announce all of this together at the end of the stream. We were actually going to stream this tutorial, but shit happens, and you move on. So here he is, Crobat for the Win, bringing us this tutorial on Project64 2.1. Take it away, sir.
Alrighty. Well, first, here's the version from Diego. There's obviously, I'm on Windows 8. You could see that. It has a huge problem with plugins. Input doesn't work, as you could see. The controller plugin completely blank. And also, a few other users have also reported a problem with FLA files. Could you explain that a little bit, Vec?
FLA files, they show up as FLA files, but when you try to open them, they're almost like a WordPad document. Windows 8 can't recognize the file type. It's interesting enough that that only works with the older versions of said emulator. Now, Diego did an awesome job translating this and going through it, but Crobat has done some work in the internal part of this, which we're not going to be covering in this. All you guys need to know is he did a lot of internal work in this emulator, similar to how Diego made his Challenge Cup programs and random stuff of that nature. And he's actually gone through and edited the lag programming. We tested this about 30 minutes ago. I had Skype, I was rendering, I had 2 or 3 other devices on the router, plus another couple devices and more programs, and we ran at a solid 58 frames a second NetPlay.
With all that together, that is impressive.
And that's on 2.1. But the biggest issue with Windows 8 users is those plugins do not show up. When we tried to play the first time, I was like, Crobat, you're doing something wrong. He's like, dude, there's nothing. It doesn't appear. It won't switch.
And then we all cried about it, but then we realized we had to do something else.
Because there are plugins there. Windows 8 just can't see them.
Yes.
They're in the folder.
We had to move on from this, unfortunately. I mean, we cried about it for a very long time, but realizing this version just would not work. Goodbye.
I mean, hey, you got to give it credit, though. We've come a long way since 1.6. 1.6 had the white rims around the boxes on Stadium 2. It was some kind of ugly.
Yeah, I remember that.
What I would also wonder, and I meant to ask you, if you run it on the new emulator, you know when you go to view a Pokemon, like to add it to your team, like in Stadium 2, it glitches the sprite. I wonder if it does that on 2.1. I forgot to check that when we were testing.
As did I. Oh, geesh.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember that. Even on 1.7, 1.6, it glitches the sprite. It doesn't in battle, but when you select the Pokemon, it glitches in the sprite.
Even if it does, it's not that big of a deal. At least the whole thing is a lot better. You've a better experience with this 2.1.
So luckily, Crobat has taken the 2.1 that he's got, that he edited and coded, and put it on this awesome site, Mega Co. And,
.nz.
Yeah. And all you gotta do is click the download button. You'll just unzip it with, please use WinRAR. WinRAR is amazing. PZip is terrible.
WinZip works too. I mean, WinZip. 7-zip works too, but
Yes, but pzip is terrible and virusy and bad.
I would never advise using pzip.
WinRAR is pretty much the universal, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, you can see I'm using 7-zip here. That's completely fine. It works as well. It's free. WinRAR isn't, but that's your preference. Just extract it. You know, if you even have some computer knowledge, you should know how to do that.
Technically, you could just hit extract all, but yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, so when you get into the Project64 2.1, there's going to be a credits text sheet that you guys can read, crediting everybody, mainly Diego, myself, and Crobat. Of course, there's a lot of people to name in this, so it'd be a pretty long thing, and Crobat didn't know all of their YouTube channels, so that's why I'm covering it in the video, so everybody makes sure credit is given to the proper people.
Yes, there will be links in the description with the people Vec mentioned at the beginning of the video as well.
Yeah, because I'm kind of making Crobat get this up, because, you know, inactivity is awesome. So,
unfortunately,
he has actually gone through and already set all this up for you guys.
It's pretty much set up, yeah. You might want to run as admin, just as a heads up. If you're not on an administrator account, it just might help. You never know.
Now, the thing is, I did a tutorial about N64 Wi-Fi. I'm going to drop that link in the video description, or make Crobat drop it. That's going to show you how to use your transfer pack, because we're not going to cover that in this.
No,
it's
really not that important. This video could be 10 minutes longer if we did that.
This is assuming you got your transfer pack set up, and you got all that taken care of, you got your plugins right, and that you have actually gone through and given each of you your save files. Your save files have to match exactly. It will glitch up if you don't have perfect save files. They have to match. So, let's say, given a scenario with me and Crobat. Okay, I use my plugin, I've watched my own tutorial on Vec's channel, and I set up my team, and I saved it, and then I gave my FLA to Crobat. And when you get the FLA from your opponent, never, ever, 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 just move it. You need to replace it completely into that folder. Don't, drop it on the desktop and then drop it and replace it that way. It's just safer to just directly replace it. So once you do that and both players have replaced it, whoever hosts the server and stuff, which again is covered in that other video, and you'll get into it, because you'll connect the same way with AQZ, just like Diego has. Diego's got a great tutorial as well.
Yes.
I'll drop both the links in the description of both my tutorial and Diego's tutorial for that. And once you get to that point, you'll battle, and you'll just both connect. You'll both have the same save. You'll both be able to select your teams. Unfortunately, regardless of all the emulator versions, including this one, you do have to register your teams. You can't keep the transfer packs in, which really sucks, because you guys remember on Stadium 2, you can go to that event battle thing on the front for players that have 2 transfer packs or more. Yeah, we can't do that.
Yes.
You can't read multiple transfers.
Unfortunately.
So, he's going to load up Stadium 2. If you guys haven't watched mine or Diego's tutorial, just hop in for the ride, and we're just going to kind of show you what it's going to look like. I would do it from, I will do it from my end as well. We're going to show you that it does work. That's basically all we're going to do, because again, we've already covered everything. So I'm going to open my 2.0.
Before we completely jump into it, I'm just going to show very quickly that it does work. See, it shows up in this version. Everything is pretty much defaulted. If the input is not AQZ NetPlay, just be sure to select it. And as I said, you can use, I think it was it Enrage for importing?
Version,
but that's not covered in this, so you can switch back and forth. But for this, we're just focusing on NetPlay. So just make sure that's selected.
Because what we're focused on is what's about to happen when we connect to the game while selecting AQZ. And this is how you're going to know what plugin you're on. You're going to get this different opening, and that's going to tell you, because you'll have to exit all the way out of it. Like, let's say I wanted to import Pokes or whatever, I'd have to get out of that. So we're going to start the game up.
And just
also, you need
one more little
Komodo Unite or something like that, or Komachi. Komodo is better.
Yes.
Crobat and I will attest to this. There are some other programs in testing, but some of them are so not used right now. But we'll cover more into that, because this plan's brilliant. We'll be looking more for stuff for the Pokemon community, including different engines for 3rd gen and stuff.
Yes. And just one more thing, make sure all the directories match up. They should if you just keep the default. But if for some reason they don't, you can change it. Alright, ready to load it up?
Yep. Now, again, we're going to assume that I've already got Komodo or whatever, and Crobat is on Komodo. He's going to open Komodo to show you that we're connected. You're going to get this thing that looks kind of like a command prompt. This is like so epic because every time you log on under this IP address, it's going to set your name to what you set it as. So it's kind of like a server in and of itself.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to actually host the match, so you'll type server, which you can't see because it's Crobat's side, but on the top there you'll see /server port, and 65535 is the magic number. That will always be the magic number. And Crobat has to do a little bit more. He has to type server, the IP address first.
Connect, you mean IP address port. I'm just showing right here that that's what you're typing.
Oh, okay.
And then you hit enter, except I'm not because Vec is doing it. Alright, so I will go take the liberty of doing connect. Now, what's the IP? 5.5?
It's 5.5.10.239. I swear I've memorized that thing. 239.
Okay, and then no colon or anything, just space.
And then 65535.
5535.
That's magic number.
Connected.
When you hit that, you're going to see both players over here on the right, and then all the player has to do, which he's going to type, like he's doing it, he's going to type the start, and all you would do is type the /start, whoever's hosting. And
that would be Vec. I'm just showing you what he typed.
Now watch what happens when I hit the button. I'm going to hit the button like starting the game, and there you go.
I'm just going to lower the volume of that just a little bit because it's kind of going to overpower us.
Now, it's interesting. He has a really good computer, and even in screen share, we are running between 57 and 58 frames
on average.
Screen share.
All right.
Which is very impressive. So yeah, and then you just pick your registered teams like in the other tutorials, and you battle. Yeah, that's pretty much all you do.
You want to show just a... We don't have to finish, but we could just show going into a Challenge Cup battle just to show how unlaggy it is.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. And it's interesting, like I said, because we're in full screen share and other stuff, and we're still averaging really good frames. I have had this thing run at about 17% before. It was,
yeah, you select 2-player, okay. Challenge Cup. No.
Silver Cave.
That's not Challenge Cup. But,
that's not Challenge Cup.
Yeah. Challenge Cup is easier for this.
Yes.
It really doesn't matter.
Actually, when we were testing, we had a random battle, and we were just picking random buttons, and we kept picking stab moves. It was pretty funny.
That was pretty funny. Alrighty.
Hey, look, it's Cloister that's not OU.
How's it not OU?
Yes, Geno, I was totally aiming at you with that, but...
I literally have no clue what I'm clicking, but...
I don't either. Actually. Oh well.
Just look at how fast this is running. We're averaging anywhere from 56 to 58 frames per second.
And I've still got 2 internet windows open, 3 programs open on Skype, screen share, and rendering.
Yeah, he's rendering a video in Sony Vegas.
Oh, and also my girl is downloading. Huh?
2 megs.
Now, if only we could figure out what she's downloading.
Oh, and she's actually downloading at 2 megs, even though we're...
I don't know how this is happening, but it is.
So, you know, I really, really want to thank Diego for everything. I hope he appreciates the work that Crobat put into this. Look at these enhanced graphics. They are beautiful.
It looks so much better.
I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, but some Stadium 2, there'll be nasty, like, glitches on the floor, like random black spots, and that's even on 1.7. Because also, this supports the version 5 graphic way better than any of the other emulators. Some of them can't even support that Jabo's version 5. They have to go lower. And people with lower base computers, this is a pretty small emulator, so you can actually probably deal with it. Crobat will tell you my computer is really bad. You can see even on, well, from Crobat's end, it's still as good on my end as it is Crobat's.
Yeah, it is. Like I said, we're averaging anywhere from 56 to 58 frames per second, which is impressive.
Okay? Like better than when we were test recording?
I'd say it probably is doing even better than when we were test recording.
Oh, Oh, you said I was low in test recording. That's why I wanted to make sure.
Oh no, I said before test recording when we were when you used the old version.
I'll tell you one thing though, and I think this is what upsets Pokemon fans. With X and Y coming out, we need another 3D game with the type of mechanics of Stadium 2, the classroom, the mini games. I mean, don't get me wrong, XD and Coliseum were wonderful, but it just wasn't this, and Battle Revolution was not this either.
Battle Revolution was not particularly great. I mean, it was fun to just battle, but I mean, the story wasn't really that great.
It was too short.
Yeah. I mean, it was fun, but not a lot of people played it, to be honest. It had such a short story, very few people actually bothered to play it.
Wow.
Way to go for Endure. By the way, he's clicking random buttons. I figured out that this one's Razor Leaf, so I'm just going for it. I mean, we're just showing you the average gaming experience.
I guess I could go for Thunder. Oh, very, very important. This is covered in all of the tutorials, but it's important enough to bring up again. If you open your moves at any time during this game, your opponent can see them.
Yeah, but that's obviously has nothing to do with glitches or bugs. That's just the nature of the game. The game does that, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I can see, like, your team. I can see all of your sets when you pass me your team. So, you know, don't be lame. Don't look at people's stuff. That's lame.
It is pretty lame. Oh, he's gonna go for a wing attack? Nope, takedown.
Oh, I got takedown.
Oh.
Sad.
Go, Razor Leaf. Venusaur is doing work. I'm giving a shout out to Venusaur here. Venusaur X and Y.
You don't need no Mega.
No, who needs a Mega? Oh, I
didn't. You do have to remember, second gen has all them DVs. Those max DVs.
That is true. DVs were a thing at one point. Oh no, Swagger. We're all gonna die. Ouch. Nope, doesn't hurt himself. Alrighty. 103 HP. You know, Venusaur might end up dying, but that is okay. Its sacrifice will not be made in vain.
Dang it, I pressed the same button. I thought that was a different one.
At least I'm not double team hacking you, because I have double team.
Because you would look at your moves.
Oh no! It's confused.
Yeah, did you notice every partner battler has double team?
Apparently.
Sheaf has double team. Peekaboo oh, that was a nasty glitch.
Oh, Ancient Power, you ruined the video! No, that's one minor thing. I mean, I'm sure it would have done that in the old version too. So,
you better kill me because your laptop's dying, sir.
I think we'll have enough battery for the video, though. I'll get a warning at 10%, and it's a little far from there. So, we're almost done anyways. Here, I'll click a completely random move. Watch it be Surf. Surf, 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 surf. Alright, Kingdra, tanking that takedown, Kingdra. Good job. Darn it! So close.
There it is.
Oh! 1 HP left.
She hit a random move to see if you hit Surf for Ice Beam.
I'm gonna look at the move pool. Oh, it is Bubble Beam. It really doesn't matter because, you know, you're paralyzed anyways, but...
Yeah.
Venusaur for Ubers. And Kingdra is OP.
I like Stadium's Bubble Beam better.
Yes, alas, it is awesome.
And that's how you do it, guys. That's it.
Yeah.
So we've covered the old version, we've covered the bugs, we've covered reported bugs, we've covered why Cloyster is still OU. No, not really. we've covered why, and this is another thing too, because of X and Y hype, it's kind of a response, you know, because not everybody has X and Y. Two things are going on there. People think they know the metagame when they don't, number one, and number two, Gengar Ice should not be banned, and number three, people that don't have a capture card, you know...
Myself included.
Using a screen recorder is not hard. So it gives you the opportunity to stream 2nd gen, or 1st gen, or 3rd gen, or 4th gen, or 5th gen. But especially Stadium 2, a game of this quality, which I honestly is on par with X and Y, because Stadium 2 is just so good. 2nd gen was good. The biggest problem is, I think me and Crobat have seen our fair share of people that represent 2nd gen as a stall core, and it's not. It's really not. They're a very good balance of offensive teams and stuff, so yeah, I'm going to take it back over to him. I think he wants to close this down so he can get it up tonight, because he knows he won't get it up if he doesn't.
Yes. Or at least have it rendered to upload for tomorrow.
Yep.
Because I'm not sure if I'll be able to get it up, just with how late it is.
So I'm going to give it back to him and let him sign us out and everything.
Alrighty.
It was a pleasure working with you.
Indeed it was. Thank you, Sir Vec. And Lex, wherever she is, hasn't said anything.
She's over here. By the way, we're thanking you.
Yeah, just for being there and doing all the things you do. Including your awesome artwork.
Yeah, and he notices it too. She does everything, and everyone credits me like I do all the work for our channel. It would be like if I trained Crobat's whole team, if I trained it for X and Y and gave it to him, and everyone credited him for his team. It's the same thing. I mean, you gotta give credit where credit's due.
See? I gave credit. I know. Alrighty, I think other than that, we're just about done here. I mean, in order to exit out of this, all you have to do is hit the X button, which I'm gonna do that, and then we'll conclude this.
The only bad thing is that it doesn't have an inbuilt quarter, which does kind of suck, but, it's 2nd gen, you can't really expect everything.
Yeah.
Well, Movement64 has a screen recorder, but it's not a good emulator.
That is true. I highly recommend using Camtasia, or if you can get it as well, Fraps is okay. You just have to watch out for the frame rate dropping, whatever.
It's fine.
It sometimes has issues with that, but Camtasia is doing fine with this.
I've used Hypercam for years.
Oh God, Hypercam. That's still a thing?
I guess. It's a free thing. It doesn't have a watermark on it.
Oh, maybe it isn't that bad. Well, maybe you could give that. Maybe you
used to say unregistered Hypercam.
Well, maybe you could give that a try too. I don't know. I don't recommend Cam Studio anymore because it's kind of gone downhill.
Yeah, it has. It really has. But I've talked to him about some more tutorials we can do together. But if we reveal all that to you guys, it's going to spoil the surprise. And what fun would that be?
Yeah, why would we bother leaking these 7th gen Pokemon? These tutorials.
I will say, though, some games and some systems with emulator would be better if they didn't have to rely on bad programs. Programs that should never have existed.
Programs that were coded to crash in VisualBasic.net.
It's really sad, all these good games that are made, and they're built for multiplayer over the internet. New games can do it, so what's the difference if I go on, give me a good Super Nintendo game with Wi-Fi. Heck, if I get on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Time, play Turtles in Time on co-op with Crobat here, who's wherever the heck he is in the world. For let's say he's in Asia, and we can play, I'm in the U.S., you don't need to know where, because stalker, but, we could play over the internet, and that's what these games were meant for. It's really sad because no one, sits in one room and plays video games anymore.
That is right.
It just doesn't happen. Everybody's on the internet cursing each other out because they suck at Black Ops. That's pretty much what it is.
For the record,
Call of Duty Ghost.
For the record, I don't actually live in Asia. No offense to Asians anywhere, but I don't live there.
But yeah, Crobat put a lot of work into this. I really don't know what to say. I'm kind of surprised he was able to code the emulator. That's pretty nuts.
Or compile, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
get
call
this
it
whole
code.
thing.
It sounds better.
Yeah, I guess so. Get this whole thing together.
Well, we've made this way longer than we've already wanted to.
Yeah, we'll probably be some buttons for where we get to the actual tutorial instead of just rambling on. But
we don't get a lot of talking time. Then again, Crobat doesn't get a lot of gaming time either because, busy life, hashtag.
Hashtag everything going on at the same time. Head spinning.
Yes.
Ugh.
I don't think you know that I'm 25.
I did not.
I don't sound it, but...
And I'm still in high school.
Well, with that, guys, hopefully me and Crobat can do some more work in the future. There's definitely some more to do, definitely some more contributions, and I will release the massive save file. Since you guys won't input on our channel, maybe you'll give Crobat the input. I want to know if you guys want me to go ahead and release the first and second gen part of the save file. First and second are done. I just have third, fourth, and fifth to go. And, of course, Blaze Black and Red, Blue, Yellow Plus. And, yeah, that's it. And then, of course, now we have 6th gen, which no one's going to make a save file for.
No, they're way too early into Pokegen, like program development.
It's sad that Wonder Trade is hacked. Mystery eggs scare me a lot.
Yes, that's why I'm avoiding it for now. I don't want my entire save file to be destroyed. That would just be awful.
Well, with that, guys, you guys know the rules. Oh, wait, we're on Crobat's channel. This is his turf. I don't know how he ends his videos.
Rate, comment, subscribe, brobats, and peace out.
Deuces. Wow, that's a long video, sir.
Alright, closing the video. Peace out, guys.